Your soulmate will find you. Now, what we're really talking about here is on a level of energy, because everything in the universe is energy. If we look at the atom is 99.999% energy. And all energy has a frequency. And all frequency carries information, just like a radio station. You tune your dial to 95.3 and you get those sweet country western tunes. So you are constantly sending out energy. You're putting out a vibe. And that vibe is based on how you think and how you feel. Your thoughts have an electrical energy and your feelings have a magnetic energy. So it's kind of like when you're fishing, you send out the line, that's your thought, and the reel, when you're reeling in that fish, is the magnetic or the emotional charge. And so the way that you think and the way that you feel broadcasts this electromagnetic energy that extends to everyone in the universe and beyond. And there's this law in the universe called the law of vibration that says that everything vibrates and nothing rests. And we attract the people and experiences and circumstances into our life that are in resonance with that vibration. So if I play an A on the violin here, and I had another instrument right next to it, the A on that instrument would actually begin to vibrate with that note that I played on my violin, even though I didn't play the other note on the other instrument. And it's the same way with people. So the vibration that we're putting out at any given moment is harmonizing with other people that are of a similar vibration. Now, I remember just a few years ago, before I met my soulmate, I was up to a lot of shenanigans. And basically, I was just out to meet as many girls as humanly possible. And so that vibe was one of sort of desperation, of trying to fill a void, because as a kid, I never got much attention from girls, was never good with girls, and frankly, never had a girlfriend until I hit about 22 years old. So the vibration that I was putting out in response to that was one of superficial, ego-based needs and desires. And so naturally, that's the exact type of person that I attracted. I was attracting people that I knew that I was never going to be in any sort of meaningful relationship with. And those relationships were ultimately destructive because they were based on me trying to fill this ego-based need. Now here's the kind of tricky part that we're going to handle in this video. Your vibe, your vibration, or your energy is based mostly on what you're doing subconsciously. Okay, so subconscious programming is what's running our life. This is the reason that we can drive on the freeway, on a call, with the radio turned up, checking our rearview mirror, and still get to our destination, because most of this stuff is outsourced to the subconscious mind. And our subconscious beliefs, our subconscious programs, were basically put in before we were able to really make decisions about it. So if we grew up in a household where our parents had a dysfunctional relationship, or there wasn't true love there, or maybe they had a divorce, or they had a rough time, you may have some thoughts and some emotions around love that says, that's really scary, that's really bad, I saw what happened before, and I'm probably not even worthy of real love. So you might think to yourself consciously, I'm ready, Ramon, to attract my soulmate. I am ready for love. And you commented down below, I'm ready for love. But if you have a subconscious belief that says you're not worthy of love, or there are no good guys or no good girls out there, that thought is going to have a very specific emotion associated with it. So you might feel fear, you might feel betrayed, you might feel anxious. And we're going to get to the bottom of this right now. So the first step really is to just become aware of the thoughts that you have around love and of around attracting your soulmate. So first of all, do you think it's possible? Do you think there is someone out there that is perfect for you? The second question is, are you worthy of that? In this moment, do you really feel worthy to experience that level of love? And if you don't worry at all, because I'm going to be producing tools for you that helps you move through this. So just take a second right now and think about what you're thinking about in terms of love, attracting a soulmate, and you might want to write them down. And next to that, write down the emotions that are associated with those thoughts. So if you feel like you're going to be betrayed because you were betrayed in the past, then you might write, I feel like I'm going to be betrayed or cheated on. And then next to it, write down the emotion associated with it. So you might feel guilt, you might feel shame, you might feel anger, you might feel fear. Whatever it is, write them down, because what we're going to do is objectify those thoughts and feelings so they have less power over you. And now we've come to a very important place, and this moment right now is going to determine if you attract your soulmate or not. And this moment is you have to make a decision about whether or not those thoughts and feelings belong in your future. Because we don't attract who we want, we attract who we are. And if we think about this logically, it's because who we are is really based on what we think, what we feel, and what we do. And every thought that we have produces an emotion. And every emotion leads to certain choices. And those choices create behavior. Those behaviors give us results. And those results lead to very similar thoughts. So it becomes this thinking and feeling loop. So if I have a thought, I'm not worthy of love, emotionally, instantly, I'm going to feel despair. I'm going to feel sad. I'm going to feel maybe guilty because I messed up in the past. And then those feelings are going to cause me to maybe shelter myself in future interactions with people. And even though I might try to, use ego and sort of create this false persona so people will like me, eventually the truth is going to come out and that relationship is going to deteriorate. So you have to make a decision about whether or not those thoughts and feelings that you're experiencing now around love belong in your future. And if you'd like me to create a meditation for you to help you through this, just comment down below and I would be happy to do that. So this is exactly what happened to me. I had a relationship with a girl when I was finally coming out of my shell from high school, and I was reading all these books on like how to pick up girls and what to say and what games to play and all these things. And I was creating this false persona, and I met this girl who was at a very similar stage in her life. And, we had this relationship that was based on sort of false representation of who we actually were. And we tried to make it work for like a year and a half, and, we said all the right things and we tried to do all the right things. But underlying this, there was this deep-seated emotion and thought that I wasn't actually worthy of this person. And not surprisingly, it fell apart. And then I went into a 3-year downward spiral, and that's when I started doing all these shenanigans. But at a certain point, I finally decided, you know what? I am ready now to do the actual work to clear up these thoughts and emotions that I know are holding me back from meeting my soulmate. And so I started to do the work. And one of the things that we're going to do on this channel is to use meditation as a tool to clear out these thoughts and emotions and sprout new thoughts and emotions that are going to make you irresistibly attractive to your soulmate. And when I say attractive, I really mean it. You're not going to have to go on 1,000 blind dates. You're not going to have to go onto Bumble and scour the, profiles forever. You will attract them. So when I was finally ready to meet my soulmate, I wasn't looking for her. She found me. In fact, I had an ad on Craigslist for tennis lessons. I'm a tennis coach. And she called me and she said, hey, I found your ad on Craigslist. I'd love to have a tennis lesson. And so I have this very strict rule at the time that I would never date a client by experience. I knew that was not a good idea. And as soon as she left from that first lesson, she was so bubbly. She was so athletic. She was so fun. And I knew that we lined up on a lot of different levels. I knew I had to break the rule. So she quite literally found me, and the relationship continued, and eventually she said, "This guy's getting pretty expensive. Maybe I should just date him." So that's how I met her. And it's going to be the same thing that happens to you when you start to do the work on the thoughts and the feelings that you're experiencing around love. And we begin to hardwire these new thoughts and feelings so that your electromagnetic energy that's being broadcasted every moment of every day is attractive to that right person. The last thing I want to say is list all of the qualities of this person, your perfect soulmate. List all of them. Are they funny? Are they a joy to be around? Are they kind? Are they grateful? Are they attractive physically? And go to work to start making yourself into that person. And that's why this channel is here, is to give you practical tools so that you are actually pulled to this new destiny, and it doesn't take a whole lot of toil. It becomes something that you are drawn to do. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. And if you'd like, share down in the comments who your ideal soulmate is and how you're going to go to work to start becoming that person so that you attract them into your life. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.